Yeah, g'day Timmy. That cable wheel of yours was wobbling around a fair bit and it probably just needs tightening up. They should be about that much wobble in them and that's about it. It shouldn't be as bad as what you've got. I believe there's some screws that just come loose. So the way you're going to fix that is, first things first is you're going to take the skids off the camera head. Then you're going to take the camera head off. Then there's a little feeder for the push rod in there. Just poke it back in through that feeder and tuck it back into the cable wheel. So that's going to contain the push rod. Next you've got an aviation plug that normally lives in there like that and screws down. You're going to take that off. And next thing you're going to do is there is a top hat here. It's got 3 screws on there. You're going to take that off. And that is usually where the USB stick lives for the keyboard. If you don't take that top hat off, you can't get it out underneath this little housing here. So make sure you take that plastic top hat off. Next you've got 4 screws here. You're going to loosen those off and then the cable wheel will drop down. So I'll just put that on pause and I'll take those out. Okay, when I'm taking the last couple of screws out, I always support it underneath with my hand. Just get the last 2 out. And when the last one comes out, it should just drop down like that. So then we've got this cable sitting on the bottom of the floor like that. And we are going to slide it out that way, away from the where the push rod normally comes out on this side where that little guide is. So we're going to slide it that way and it should just come out. And out she comes. There's the housing without the cable wheel. There's the cable wheel. And if we turn it over, we can see there's 3 screws in there. And those are the screws that I believe have come loose. So if you tighten up those 3 screws with an Allen key and then reassemble it in reverse, everything should be fine. So I'll just pause it. So I've tightened up those 3 screws and it's time to put the cable wheel back in. You can wash the housing if you want to. So it's just a matter of sliding it in, getting it in the right position. And making sure that the top hat, or where the USB lives, is towards the front of the camera. Like that, so I'll go ahead and put that cable wheel back in. So I've got it back together. And that's about the way it should be. Should be a little bit of wobble and play in it. That's not too bad. I've tightened up those 3 screws in the centre. I've put the top hat back on. They're a fairly fine thread on those little top hat screws, so don't over tighten them. I like using those little Stanley screwdrivers for that type of thing. You're going to put the aviation plug back in and screw it down. You are going to get the push rod back out, and you're going to screw your camera head back on. Like so. And that's just about it. Now if you have any troubles with it, or you don't feel as though you want to do it, or it doesn't work properly, or for whatever reason you're not happy, just send it back to me, mate. You pay for postage to me, I'll fix it up for you, and I'll pay for postage back to you. But if you want to have a go at it yourself, that's how you can do it. Otherwise, yeah, just give me a call and we'll nut something out. Thanks, mate. Thanks, Timmy.